Okay, the weight of spherical shell. I really can't draw a sphere, but I can draw a circle. And if I rotate that, that's going to make my sphere. But they talk about a shell that has a particular thickness. All right. So I want to point out that if I saw this, this would be the diameter here. All right. So the weight of a shell. We'll get that later. It says that. Let's see what it says. The weight of a sphere is 2 inches thick. So this part here is 2 inches, and the diameter is in inches too. I just don't know what it is. Got to keep reading it. Again, it's complicated. Although it's a short sentence, it's a complicated sentence. This is the weight of a spherical shell, 2 inches thick, is 19/27ths of its weight if solid. Solid means the whole thing is filled, but this is a shell, means the interior is empty. Find its diameter, it being given that the volume of a sphere varies as the cube of its diameter. So I'm going to say there's some multiple, and by the way, we do know what the multiple is, but let's say we don't know what the multiple is. We're just measuring these things out. So it's going to be m, and it says its diameter, let me just read that again. It's being given that the volume of the sphere as a cube of the diameter, d cubed. All right, let's talk about the volume of a solid sphere. I'm going to call that Vs. What's the volume of the solid sphere? Well, it's going to be md cubed. Let's talk about the volume of the shell. What's that going to be, the volume of the shell? Oh boy, I'll just call it V. Okay, I don't want to call it Vs because, well, maybe call it little s. This is the volume of the shell. Well, the volume of the shell is going to be md cubed minus, I have to take away the inside, and that would be m. Let's see, what would that be? It would be the diameter, right, would have to be reduced by 4. If that takes you time to think about it, take your time to think about it. Now, what do I know? They tell me something about this guy's volume as it's related to this one over here. Let me write that down for you. So they tell me that it's 19/27ths of that solid. Let me put this over here. 19/27ths md cubed is going to be equal to md cubed minus m d minus 4 cubed. All right, I'm going to divide both sides by m. You get 19/27ths d cubed equals d cubed minus d minus 4 cubed. I'm going to write down d minus 4 cubed is equal to d cubed minus 19/27ths d cubed. And let's do this now. D minus 4 cubed. Well, let's see what we get over here. You're going to get what? 27 minus 19, which is 8/27ths d cubed. All right, I'm not going to expand it, by the way. I know they're both cubes, right? So I'm going to say d minus 4 is going to be equal to, I'm taking the cube root essentially, 2/3 of a d. So what do I get? I get 1/3 of a d is equal to 4, or d is equal to 12. What's their question? Let's go back. I kind of forgot what the question is. Well, these are in inches. They asked me the question, what's the diameter? The diameter is 12 inches. You see if they wrote that down? They did. By the way, I realized in the problem I used x for the diameter. You can use any letter you like. Doesn't really matter, all right? 12 inches. Okay, let me remind you again who I am. My name is Ron Bannon. If you need to reach out to me, email address is Bannon, B as in boy, the @ symbol, NNON.US. Why would you want to reach out to me? to let me know there's an error in the document or some criticism that may improve the document. Thank you.